And 1 hour fight. This is the suggested guide for Japanese literacy, part 3. And this is the remembering the kanji optimized. Lesson part 1, lesson 2. Kanji we'll be covering today in this lesson. Okay. So we'll be covering starting from Hazig's number 16 and generation, for example, employee, morning, all the way to Hazig's number 56. But only 15 of these kanji, because again, so we're skipping over a few of them. So out of the 40, we're learning. So that's out of these 40 kanji, we're only learning 15. We're skipping over 25 of them, which that's pretty good. All right, so these are the 15 we'll be learning in this next 20 to 30 minutes, if all goes well. Might take a little longer because a few primitives. Here are the primitives for this lesson. Since there are a number of primitives here, that usually makes the lesson take a little bit longer. But again, we'll be covering that as we approach it in the kanji. Okay, and yeah. All right, let's Control-delete that. All right, so let's begin. Option preview. Alright, so this is 37, so we have to go forward a bit. Come on. Okay. There we go. Alright, so these are the ones we want to learn. Alright, so what this set of kanji are going to do, well, okay, it's going to go beyond that. So again, the idea here is that we're going to be building kanji based on stuff we've already learned. We're going to learn something else a little new, and then using that plus all the other old stuff we've learned, build new kanji out of the subset of 555 kanji that we're trying to learn as a whole. Okay, so this is old. So this is 10 and mouth, as you see right there. Hazig's keyword old. In this case, this looks like an old tombstone. Yeah. So this says visualize a tombstone in a graveyard. Tombstone in a graveyard. Let's see what Hazig has to say real quick. Yeah, right there. Old. Yeah. Not going to sweat too much on that. Alright, so let's begin. Alright, so on the top half, do the 10. And on the bottom half, do the mouth. Alright, here's the stroke order real quick. And soon what I'm going to do is for stroke order is instead of doing it individually, I'm going to do individual strokes. I'll do it in individual primitives. That'll be happening later. And you're going to see this in other kanji. So again, just think of tombstone. If you want to, maybe a small pyramid. I don't know. It's like a Tomb Raider type thing. Could help. It doesn't matter. Something old that tomb or something. Tombstone, whatever. Old. Next. So this is old. This is a thing of 10. Yeah, it actually just looks like a tombstone. Okay, bright. Sun and moon together. Okay, so bright times. The sun is bright at night and the moon is bright in the evening. I think sun is bright in the day, the moon is bright at night. Sun is bright in the day, moon is bright at night. Okay, think of it like that. Brightness. Here we go. Alright, so on the left side we do sun, and on the right side we do month. Alright. Yeah, okay, we'll do it as a stroke order. This I might have to stop doing soon. I may just stop doing this part. This is going to be taking way too long, and it's not really going to get too much out of it. Alright. Okay, well, gee, let me just make that decision right here and now. Alright, so if it's a mixture of primitives, unless I'm introducing a new primitive or a new kanji, I won't be doing these stroke words anymore. That's just taking too long. Alright, so that's bright. The sun and the moon, bright at night. Cool. Alrighty. Make sure about that. Let's see. Skipped over something. There we are. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't sweat too much on this. Sun and moon are bright at night. I'm not sure that comes up in other kanji though. So okay, let's just carry on. What the heck? Alright. Right. Next up. Goods. If you've gone to Shinagawa, you'll know this is, okay, good. So this is basically 3 mouths, and real simple, 3 mouths can eat up a lot of goods. So I think goods and supplies. Alright, this is also what I'll be doing. And I should make sure to do this as well for the other kanji I teach. What I've done is, these kanjis have more than one meaning. So when you see it in other kanji, this is what we'll do. Like number 1 means one thing, or one person, whatever. It's just a counter in itself. So most of the numbers are for counters. Like the sun, sun referenced also for day, or a time of a span of one day. Moon can also be a reference to month, like we'd saying. Now for here goods. So in this case, it's goods, refinement, dignity, articles, counter for meal course. It's going to be all sorts of things. All right, goods, refinement, dignity. And I'll try to stress that as well. Not just what this keyword is, but also what it means when in various meanings it takes on when it's used in various Japanese words. All right, this doesn't mean it means all these things at once. It means these based on the type of words that it's used in. Think of it like a flavor, not necessarily a constant. All right, so that's good. So let's go to the, let's write it up. It's okay. Come here. So do the mouth on the top part. Alright, we'll actually do the whole thing real quick. Then I'll do it. Alright, so that's the entire kanji. So we'll do the mouth on the top part. Mouth on... And, okay, so top middle, bottom left, bottom right. Alright, and that's good. You'll see that in like Hin, or Shina and Shinagawa. I think if you go to Japan, you take train lines, you're going to learn this kanji just because of Shinagawa. That's a major train station. Okay, let's go next. Alright, so that's goods. Okay, next up is early. Early. Now this kanji also has some other meanings. Or fast. Early or fast. These right here are actually just the, these are the primitives that are used inside it. So early or fast, hayai or whatnot. So it's the sun, and below that is needle or 10. So to get up early, you decide you need light. To get up early, you decide you need light to get up early. So you prod the sun with the needle to get it up early as well. Alright, so there we go. So imagine you're just like poking the sun in the ass with a needle. There you go. Alright, let's bring this up. Early. So top half we got sun. And again, we got 5 people watching, so if you've got commentary to make, please feel free to make it, type it into the chat. If I'm explaining something in a weird way or there's a mistake in my... So yeah, draw sun first in the top half. Then draw sun and 10 or needle. Yeah, so you're poking the sun in the ass with a needle. When you see this in other kanji, yeah, you're going to see this in other kanji. It might be on the side. You might see it like here on the side. I don't think, actually, no, I take the back. I don't see it on the side. Sometimes I saw it like this. Here, in fact, quickly you're going to see it like that, and then stuff here on the side. Just think of probably sunflower would be a good thing. Yeah. So fast, think of sunflower. So maybe Hermes or the Flash got the sunflower windmill. So when the wind is blowing, it spins fast. Who knows? Whatever you want. So sunflower. Man, whew, do not try to draw with a mouse. That is horrible. Good gods. Okay, early, fast. Next, generation. So you're going to see in this kanji, when you see this kanji in various Japanese words, it may take on the flavor of generation or the world, like in Sekai, society, public. Okay, generation. So in this case, we're going to think of it as 10, 10, 10, or 10 and 20. However you want to look at hook. A generation like 10s and 3s. Let me look at the stroke order real quick. Right here. So here's generation. So you see it's draw the 1, 2, 3, 4. That right there, believe it or not, you've written a kanji for 20. You're not going to learn that kanji early on, but you have written it. And then the last line is like we kind of call as a hook. But also is like the last 10. The last one is the hook, and that's the hook that binds the entire generation. So let's draw that out. And let's say a generation is like 3/10 of years. Alright, so pretty much what you're going to be doing. Let's delete this real quick. 3/10 of years. So, like I said, we're going to be drawing that. 1, 2, underneath, and finish it off. Boom. We are done. Alright, so let's draw that out. I'm going to draw the 1, middle one, right there. Alright, now you notice what I did here. And this was in the stroke order. I want to make sure I'm not like, see how that's a separate stroke. It's not, so it's not an L line. It's actually, it's its own thing. And hi, all I want to say, I never noticed, help me remember this. Help me remember this facepalm. Oh, okay. Yeah, and memorize. I apologize. I think that's what he was talking about. So on memorize here, when you're doing the preview, there is something you click on, help me remember this. It brings up these, what are called mnemonics, or mem notes or whatnot, that users can provide for stories or explanations. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of one of the things I really liked about Memorize, especially when we get into Japanese drama immersion, because that's going to be going over Japanese sentences from Japanese dramas, from the subtitles. And it might be on a scene, and that way you can explain in that mem note, why this is something important in Japanese based on like Japanese society or in that particular situation. That not necessarily is noting to know what the sentence means, but it can help explain the situation as a whole. But, okay, anyway, that's for later. That's for a different course. Okay, so there we go. Let's keep going. Sorry. What else did we do? All right, and then this is the last stroke. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this right here, reason why I'll just mention it real quick. So that's kind of like the kanji for 20, but you don't need to know that. Just that's the reason why you might see the 20 there. Don't sweat it. It just. Yeah, ignore that. But okay. But anyway, so 3/10. So you kind of see it's like you got the first 10, the second 10 connected, and then you got the last 10 connected. So 3/10. That's a generation. Okay, generation. Next up. Okay. Now we're gonna actually let me show you a primitive first. So this is a primitive for. I'll show you two primitives real quick. Okay. So first thing we're gonna learn is the primitive for. It's just written at the top of something, and then we usually call that like the think of a drop, or in this case an eyedrop. So imagine an eyedropper dropping something onto a part of a kanji. So it's eyedropper. Then what you have here is walking stick, or a stick, not walking stick, but a stick. It can be any type of stick. This could be the stick of a fighting stick for a monk's fighting stick or whatever. Try not to avoid Gandalf, because I'm going to use Gandalf in a different kanji later on, but you could. Here's some, let me go to the primitive sheets. So that's right there, walking stick. You might see stuff on the sides. Here's drop off. It's usually at the top of something, and then you have some other kanji in it. Eye drop, walking stick. Okay. Good. Okay. So now, the next kanji we're going to learn is oneself. And what you see is eye drop and the kanji for eye. Now look here, oneself. Or by oneself. Now, it doesn't mean yourself. It can also be referred to another person, himself, herself, themselves, ourselves, whatnot. You're going to see it in or self. You'll notice it when you get into vocabulary. All right. So drop, that's the drop, and I. To refer to oneself, you point the finger to your you'll notice this kind of make it saying something in Japan. You notice people in Japan, they'll point between your eyes and drop it down to the nose when they refer to oneself. So it's like drop between the eyes, point to the nose, oneself. And the reason why we're saying nose here is when you see this kanji in other kanji, you're going to imagine Pinocchio, like and his nose growing, whatnot. Okay. Now this is not the kanji for nose. That's a different kanji, but it's kind of related to it. And it's an easier visual than oneself. You can't visualize oneself, but you can easily visualize nose. So you can think of like maybe the nose of an elephant. Well, maybe not elephant. Maybe Snuffleupagus or something could do it, or Pinocchio, fact, what did I say? Yeah, nose or Pinocchio. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's write this. Okay, so we'll be down here. So we are going to do eye drop, eye, or drop and eye. So boom. Oh, let me go back one. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. All right, drop an eye. And that, again, is Pinocchio. Eye. All right, oneself, oneself, oneself. Drop, eye. Drop between the eye, point to nose, to point to oneself. Drop between the eye, point to oneself. Oneself. Huh. Okay, next kanji. All right, so let's see. No, we're still going. We're still going. We're not done yet. Come here. All right, options, preview. All right. Now we have is white. And again, this is mainly just referring to white, which is drop and sun. Now this is actually pretty easy. Just think of a prism of. You learn white is like a drop of sunlight that can then become all colors. So yeah, a drop of sunlight is white of all colors. It turns out white light is like a drop of sun that is actually all colors. Okay, when you picture it in other kanji, think of white dove. Yeah, the white dove of peace. There you go, white dove of peace that got obliterated in Mars attacks. All right, so let's delete this. Let's go. So, okay, so what are we doing? We're doing that and. Yeah, if you're not sure, here's the. Let me go and bring this up, the stroke order, real quick. And you can kind of see that these angles off a little bit to the side. Okay, let's bring this up. Alrighty, so yeah, so we do the drop, and the white. Drop of sunlight. Drop. White, 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 white. Alright, and again, if you see it in other kanji, think either white, or you can also think of white dove. Next. 100. Okay, ceiling, white dove. So here's a ceiling, there's white dove. And yeah, it just pretty much only means 100. You might see it in reference to, for some reason, like store, yakuten, I don't know why. Maybe for the pronunciation of it only. Alright, so this is 100. Now when you think of a 100-year celebration at church, you see hundreds of white doves flying out through the ceiling fan and in the ceiling, which is great. So yeah, white doves flying out to the ceiling of the church for the 100-year celebration of that town or of that person's birthday or whatnot. I think Heisig used the term white year, which is the 99th year, which is a drop below the day below. I don't know. But anyway, ceiling, white dove. Let's do the kanji. 100. So this is 100. Good kanji to learn. So do the ceiling. Well, it actually be a little higher than that, but yeah. 1, 2. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to do the ceiling. Doom. Ceiling, doom. Yeah. Cool. Or in this case, you could also do ceiling in white. Or ceiling, drop, day. Whatever you want to do. And that's 100, 100. Alright, next. Actually, here, I'll tell you what. So what have we learned so far? So we know we have 1, we've got 10, and we've got 100. Alright, cool. And I think we'll be learning 1,000 in this as well. Okay. Where are we at? Here we are. Alright, so that's 100. Alright, so now we have in. So this is in. This also can mean inside, in the middle of something, the mean or the average of something, or the center of something. In. So here we have jaws and stick. So you want to click in the mouth of jaw. If you want to climb in, it's supposed to be climb in, not click in. You want to climb in the mouth of jaws. Best to keep it pried open with the stick. So yeah, so there's jaws mouth, and you're shoving a stick right up inside. Now here's the stroke order, just to be sure. Okay, so you're going to draw the mouth completely, then the stick. So draw the mouth completely, then do the stick. Here we go. Alright, so we'll sit right here, so just try to draw it right here, roughly here, and then the stick. So yeah, so mouth, mouth, stick. Alright, that's inside, Naka, whatever. Alright, inside. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think you do see this in another kanji. I'm just not recalling right off the bat, but it's alright. Alright, good. Inside. Ah, here we are, 1,000. Okay, good. So this is a drop and then 10. So think of 1,000 as 3 drops of 10. So imagine you got your little eyedropper dropping a 0. So it's got the little stick, but it's got dropping a 0, dropping a 0, and dropping a 0. So it's dropping 3 zeros. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so it's 1,000. So dropping 10s, 3 drops of 10s, 3 drops of 10s. Dropping 10s 3 times. Sure, that works. Alright, so here's 1,000. So in this case, the drop is like that. Do the 1. Notice the direction I took? Notice the direction? Okay. So it follows the same as the drop itself. But yeah, so we go the drop, boom, do the drop, and the 10. 1,000. So there we are. Oh, okay, so we got 1, 10, 100, 1,000. Sorry. Cool. What's next? Drops of 10s. Alright, okay, cool, specialty. Now this looks complicated. Look at what you're doing. First thing though we have to introduce is a primitive called glue gun. So let me look at that real quick. Okay, where are my primitives at? Alright, there we go. So this is on page 30 of Hazig's book. What it looks like is 10 with a little drop inside. And it's going to be referring to glue gun. So let me introduce that real quick. Let me delete this. Alright, so this is what we're going... Now this is a kanji in itself. I'm just not worried about teaching it. So that's what we're teaching. So you're going to do 1 across. Then you're going to come down like the stick, but give a little hook. Alright, and come down, stick, and then put a drop inside of that. Alright, now that's... it's not Momoru, because I think it's like Momoru or something, but like protection. But in this case, though, think of... Well, no, because then you'd have a person beside that being okay. Don't worry about that because that's underneath the house. But anyway, when you see this, just think of glue gun, like somebody's holding a glue gun or something. Some people also use the term cellophane tape or something to stick something together. That's fine as well. But glue gun makes for a good visual. Glue gun. All right, with that primitive, let's see what we're doing. So here we have is okay, and we have another primitive, hand grenade. So let me show you hand grenade as well. Okay, so this is not a kanji at all. This is not a kanji at all. Alright, but I do refer to it as the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. Alright, so you're doing the 1. Do this. Oh, let me exit that. Do the 1. Do the sun. Alright, so 1 priest prays to the sun. And then, to make the hand grenade, and then what you want to do is stick a pin in that hand grenade. Boom. Okay, yeah, that's a very ugly looking hand grenade. But okay, so yeah, that's the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. Whatever. Okay, but anyway, you don't see this in too many kanji, but it does appear now and again. And you see the stroke order is a little different. So it's 1 sun and stick. So it's not 10 in sun, or it's not 10 in field. So it's that's the stroke order. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you. Let's see, it's this right here. Here's the stroke orders real quick. Yeah, so you see 1, there's the sun, then the final stroke is the stick, then it's doing the stroke for glue gun. Okay, so now we've got those 2 primitives. We've got Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch and specialty. So hand grenade, glue gun. Monty Python, Holy Grail, the pre-specialty was creating the Holy Hand Grenade by glue gunning across to a pineapple. There you go. Okay. Okay, specialty. Now this could also mean exclusive, mainly, solely. So like you could say it's your specialty in college or your specialty in your profession. Mainly, solely, specialty, exclusive to your field. Okay, let's draw this. Specialty. Okay, so we have here one, sun, done, and then, alright, so that's how we do it. So let's do the sun individually. One in sun, one sun stick, one sun stick, and glue gun. Boom. Alright, and that's specialty. And it doesn't look that ugly. My handwriting is not this it is bad, but it's not this bad. I'm just, again, doing a... maybe if I put my writing pad... I tell you what, let me adjust my writing pad. Maybe if I put my writing pad right here in front of me, maybe I'll write better. Maybe I'll write better. I don't know. Let's see. Nope, still not doing that because now I'm writing at an angle. Maybe if I did it like this. Yeah, I guess it's better. Okay, so I'll put my handwriting pad at an angle. Oh, gods. Okay, anyway. So yeah, that's specialty. Hand grenade, glue gun. Specialty. Specialty. Next up. Okay, above. So here we're going to have is what I call Harry Potter and floor. And Harry Potter sort of looks like the katakana for toe, and then floor or carpet. So in this case, it's going to be Harry Potter's wand levitating an object above a floor. Leviosa way. I don't know. Above. Now, this can also mean above. It also means up. Going up in the direction, or climbing up, or walking up, or carrying up, whatever. Going up, above. Okay. Let's. All right. So let's show you the primitive real quick. So here's the. All right. You might also see it sometimes as like that right there, and you'll also see it written like this. So it's pretty much this walking stick and that. But also you might see walking stick and that. Alright, depending on the kanji used. In this case, for up. And again, I usually when I see this, when you see this in other kanji, I want you to think of Harry Potter. Okay, Harry Potter. There's not too many kanji to use it, but it does appear. All right, so here's up. Okay, so we did the stroke order. There's Harry Potter. There's Harry Potter for up. All right. There we go. Up. Above. Floor. Harry Potter levitating object above the floor. Now we have is below. All right, now we have his ceiling or ceiling fan. Harry Potter again. So below the ceiling Harry fan, you see Harry Potter hanging down to hide from Snape. Okay, there we go. Using his wand or whatnot to float below the ceiling. I don't know, to hide from Snape. There you go. Yeah, so below. So this can mean now right here, below, down, descend. Now here's where it gets a little weird. It can be used means to give to an inferior. I think also above or up also means to give, like ageru, mote ageru, like you're giving it to somebody. Could be up. But in this case, below means to give, lower, inferior. You'll learn that you'll notice that when it starts appearing in some of the vocabulary. All right, so that's below. Let's get the kanji in here. Okay, right here. Now you notice the stroke order was slightly different. What I mentioned. So in this case, this part goes down. So here we go. So do this. There's the ceiling. There's Harry Potter below the ceiling. And that's below. So up, down, or above, below. Alrighty. Yeah. Let's see what else. Is that the last one? Oh, good. Okay, this is a good kanji. So here you have is 10 sunflowers and moon. All right. So in this case, we do have another. Let me just teach that to you. There's two ways of approaching this kanji. Control Delete. Okay. So first thing I want to do is teach you another primitive. So this is this right here. Notice that's 10, sun, 10, or 10 and early. So maybe 10 sunflowers bloom you see that you're walking toward in this is mist. So yeah, so you're walking through the mist and you come upon a field of 10 sunflowers. 10 sun 10. Yeah, so you're walking through the mist and you come upon a field of 10 sun. So this is mist. You can also say 10 sunflowers or whatnot. Alright, now what we're going to do is this kanji. So we have mist and moon. Okay, now some other things this kanji means. So it's morning. You might hear it in reference to a dynasty, in reference to a regime, an epoch, a period. It's also used in the name for North Korea. Alright, but main thing you're going to worry about is, you're going to hear it mainly as in morning. Asagohan or Ohio, or not Ohio, that's actually speed. But anyway, so we have mist and moon. In the morning, you see the mist roll out as the moon fades out, leaving the mist of droplets on the grass. Alright, so mist of the moon. In the morning, you see the mist of the moon laid out everywhere. Okay. Alright, so here we go. So let's say, here's what we're actually writing. So, let's see here, moon, 10. Okay, so say we get 10 sunflowers, 10. So again, in the morning, 10 sunflowers bloom from the light of the moon. Sure, in the morning, 10 sunflowers bloom in the light of the moon. Sure, if you want to go that way too. All right, 10 sunflowers bloom. Morning. In the morning, 10 sunflowers bloom, mist of the moon. In the morning. Well, I think that's, oh, good. All right, so you're going to teach some other kana. All right, so we have mouth, eye, and then these things, which we learned from 6 means animal legs, but I'm going to reteach that real quick. Okay, so what we have here are, usually you're going to see it like here. It's, let me see what Hazek says, because I think he mentioned horns as well. All right, so, let's see, primitives. Alright, so we want to do here, animal legs, page 34. Okay, right here. Yeah, so little animal legs. And the mentioning thing about horns. No, he doesn't. Okay, so it looks like the stroke order for 8. But yeah, it looks like the stroke order for 8. So yeah, if you had 8... make them smaller, now they become little animal legs. Alright, and just think of like either legs of a spider or legs of a small animal, whatever. Just think of really small animal legs, really cute little looking animal legs. Okay, now what are we trying to learn here? And we're also going to have one other primitive, and that's weird. We should have, did I miss something? Yeah, shellfish. Why am I missing something? Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, it's used in, never mind. Okay, I think I know what's happening here. I'm getting, okay, ignore what I just said. Ignore me real quick. But anyway, so, alright, we're also going to have to teach one other thing. So there we have is animal legs. What we also want to do is teach what's called shellfish. This right here. Alright, so this is a legit kanji. It means shellfish. But you're going to see this in other kanji. Now, instead of, you can think of it like clams, like a seashell or something. That's fine. What I usually used to do, I used to think of as SpongeBob SquarePants. So really simple. Just draw the eye right here. I want you to draw little animal legs below it. Alright, so that, yeah, so the reason why I'm using SpongeBob SquarePants is because he works for Mr. Krabs, and Mr. Krabs really likes money. So again, this is also in reference to money, like dollar bill. Instead of, I don't know, so anything referencing money or something, I'm going to think of SpongeBob in the kitchen with his spatula and his silly little hat doing something. But anyway, it's in reference to money. Or maybe also clamshells. So if you know the Flintstones, they paid in clams, like literal clams was a currency. Or, you know, again, you even hear clams in reference to actual money. So when you see this in other kanji, it might be in reference to buying stuff or in purchasing. So those are the primitives. Anyway, so now we have mouth and clams, or mouth and what I'm thinking of is SpongeBob. The employee with the loudest mouth is obviously SpongeBob. So this is employee, an employee, or a member of someone, or a number, or the one in charge. But mainly you're going to think of it as being an employee, All right, let's write this. So here we have is, the way Hazig said was a story like employees with their mouths were clapped shut with seashells, or something like that. I don't know. You know, keep them from talking and only working. All right. So first thing you want to do is draw the mouth. So that's SpongeBob, or something. All right. You want to do the eye, which yeah, sure. I don't know. And then the little legs. So there's SpongeBob. It kind of even looks like a square pants. SpongeBob SquarePants, and his little legs. So yeah, mouth, eye, little legs, with mouth and SpongeBob. Employee. What's next? All right, we're done. Cool. Okay, so that lesson went from, right now we're at 1 hour and 41 minutes. We started at 1 hour and 5 minutes, so we were down to 35 minutes, so that's good. Hopefully we can get this down to about 30 minutes or so. Again, the more